the thing. It didn't do a countdown, but it says it's live.
Okay.
It says we're live. Yay.
Oh,
Very
nice.
fun.
That's
Well,
not
hello.
bad. Hi there.
We'll see who's coming in. So far, it is me and you. Did anybody get an invite? Let's see. I didn't.
Karen Hassel just joined. Hi, Karen.
Oh, very good. Very good. Very nice. Okay, so I'm gonna try to see that over there too, but and like I said, that part's kinda hard. Anyway, very good, very good. Well, hello, everybody. We're gonna give everybody just a few minutes to get here and see the live and all of the things. But today, Bill and I are gonna be talking about relatives at Rootstech and getting ready for that and just what we can do. A little bit of maybe a little bit about last year, all kinds of things. That might be a pretty good place to start. Um, we were just talking about that. I think that I didn't get a chance to look up my last number last year, but I believe I had about 52,000 cousins that attended Roots Tech worldwide, which is very, very insane. But how about you, Bill? Any upwards of
I don't remember the number at all. I kind of
okay,
keyed in on people I knew,
right?
like you.
Uh
We're cousins, but
huh.
um, we had a fun time with that last year, though. During while we were doing the Roots Tech ride-alongs, we go on and look and start calling out our cousins that we knew were either there or were uh, joining the Bunny Slipper Brigade.
Oh yes, that's right. Very good. Very
Um,
good.
but it is a fun way to see how you're connected to people, how many people you're connected to, and um,
Absolutely.
it's you go far enough back, we're all connected,
Right?
somewhere. Um, but
So
kind of depends on how far back uh, you do your documentation and other people do theirs.
right, and do the work. We'll have to
Now,
check it out, right?
one caveat on this:
Uh-huh.
it is only as accurate as people's trees are on Family Search.
Right. Right. That's one of the things that every time when I find somebody live that I'm talking to, that I'm talking to in person that it says we're related, that's always the question. So we pull up I wish I had it open. Anyway, the little thing where it shows how we're connected.
Yeah,
And I always I go up my side and I point to like, okay, here's how far I have verified. How about you? Right. And I
yeah,
ask them how far up the tree they have. And usually it's a good amount of, well, so that's what I usually say. Okay, well, we've got some work to do. So let's get busy. Right.
yeah.
Let's work together on this.
Right.
Um,
Hi,
and that's
Susanna. Welcome.
Oh, hey. And that's a lot of what I guess we could probably start there because I do have a lot of people that when they're especially when they're first starting out with genealogy, they're a little bit reluctant to like they're searching ancestors. They're like, why in the world do I want to find a living cousin? Like I know all my cousins. Like, oh no, you do not. I
Oh no.
promise you do not. I promise you do not. So, so I wrote down a couple of reasons because these are the things that I always say. Okay, first of all, with relatives at Roots Tech, um, they're already genealogists. Okay, this is not a random person out there in the middle of that you're calling cold calling, going, "Hey, I think we're related," and they go, "Yeah, what do you want?" Right?
Yeah,
They think you're creepers. No, no, no. So with relatives at Roots Tech, everybody is already, even minimally, at least interested in family history. So that is a really, really good thing. And they're presented to you there very easily. But why in the world do we want to talk to somebody that's a living cousin in the first place? A couple of things. It's because they may have the stuff.
yeah,
Right? So they may have photos, they may have letters, they may have diaries, or all kinds of things from a branch of your family that just never got it. Like, we didn't we things you have never seen, and if you think about it, like, let's say that we share a common great-grandmother, right, or grandmother, let's say grandmother. Um, our aunties that are sisters, right, would be corresponding together.
Yeah.
So your family is gonna have my letters, and my family's might have your letters, right?
Right.
Or photos. You know we were getting double prints. This goes all the way back to, I believe, the history of photographs.
Oh, yeah.
There was always a double one and always sending it to somebody, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
like
anyway,
I like to view it, think about you're working on a 1,000-piece puzzle, and you get it all the way done except that there is one piece missing, and you're tearing your house apart looking for it, and this cousin that you didn't know about happens to have that other piece.
yeah.
That's you know, that's how, the relative finder, or relatives at Rootstech works or can work to help you. And I never say finish your family tree because you're never finished. Um,
Of course not.
but helps to improve your tree. Um, so
Right.
so we're talking about relatives at Rootstech. It's not up yet for this year.
Right.
Um, we we have been trying to find out when, haven't found out yet. But there is uh, a site that has been done by some students at BYU. It's called Relative Finder. It's relativefinder.org, so it's easy to get to. Um, and it will connect you to all sorts of different groups. Um, Now, our friend Barbara at Project Ken has created a Project Ken private group that we're in, and um, but it goes in and works just like Relatives at Roots Tech does. And you can click on a person, like, for
Mhm.
example, Kyla is my 10th cousin once removed.
Yes.
And
Very good. And it has all kinds of really fun groups like actors or presidents or,
yeah.
poets, and they've created all kinds of fun things that not that, I mean, it's cousins, right? It's relatives, so it'll tell
Oh,
you they're
look whose ears were burning.
"Yay, we're all cousins." That
We
is
were just
exactly
talking
what we're
about.
chatting about. Yes, yes, indeed. So let me tell you just a little bit about, kind of so this is the same thing that I do with, similar thing that I do with my DNA matches, okay? You're basically wanting to reach out, and I believe, I read somewhere somebody said, I think it might be Diane Southard, that says that, it's kinda like a first date, right? So you gotta be nice and friendly, and, like, because everybody thinks that, like, "Okay, who in the world is this crazy person?" Well, I am a crazy cousin, but anyway. So, what I have done, what I do for each of the yay! See, I am a crazy cousin, right? Um, so maybe just start, if you're just starting to do this, just start with your 4 grandparent lines, but I've got my 8s and my 16s, like, because every once in a while I can find somebody that's that far back that I'm related to, but, okay, so this is kinda what I say. I like something like this. "Hi, cousin. I see you're signed up for Rootstech 2026. Me too. I'm gonna be going from Texas in person. Are you gonna be at home, or are you gonna be online at home, or are you gonna be, in person?" Okay. Reason number 1, stop, because once I get there, that's all the people I'm gonna be focusing on, is who is there, and meeting them in person if I possibly can, okay? So that's why that part of the message. So, the next message is, the ancestor that we share is so and so, right? Which follows my mother's line, my dad's line, whatever, and your mother's line or dad's line. Put that in there, right? So the next thing I say is, "Have you researched this line?" Because that goes back to what you were saying, right, Bill?
Yeah.
Is where are we in the, And then usually I usually say something like, "Oh, it's pretty far back. I haven't made it that far yet, but I would really like to work on that with you if you want to." Um, Usually at that point, I also will say something like, "If you don't know how to see that we're connected, click on my name, click on the little, uh, there's like a tree icon or something." Anyway, explain how to do that because a lot of people, especially with relatives at Rootstech, the like at first, it took me forever to figure out how does this person know how we're related, right? Who is this weird person and how do they know that we're related this way? Anyway, yeah, so tell them how to do that, and then, um, I usually ask about DNA because that's another thing that's important to me. Have you tested at DNA? Right? Have you tested and your DNA anywhere at Ancestry? If you have, here's my information, so they can go out and find me there. And then, let's see, what is the next thing that I also s Oh, another thing that's also very important, not necessarily with relatives at Roots Tech, but I always put it at the bottom. I always share my email address
Yeah.
because all and I do that on Ancestry. I do that on all of the platforms because I'm really not good at all of these messaging systems, and they a lot of times they won't refresh. Um, and something about relatives at Roots Tech to tell you: once you message somebody when it's on, you can find them again. It's you can always find them again. They're always active, in the messaging system.
But if you don't message them about 30 days after Roots Tech, poof, it's all
They're
gone.
gone. They're gone.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
you wanna
Yeah,
get in there and, contact as many people as you can as quickly
right.
as you can.
Just
Uh,
create that little, blurb that you're gonna use and just start dropping it into the chats for each of your cousins that you can find, especially the close ones. Here's another thing about relatives at Rootstack. It only shows you the closest 300 matches. So what'll happen is if you have one line that has lots and lots and lots of cousins, you'll lose some of those other lines. They won't pop up anymore. So you really do need to be paying attention even as soon as it comes on, as people more and more people join, they'll also drop off of your list.
yeah.
So, you can go at the top when it comes on, there'll be a place at the top where it says, ancestor, so you can sort by ancestor, and if you go to that tab, it will give you 300 of the ones for that direct ancestor. But it's a little bit harder to
Yeah.
figure out.
Yeah.
And I've lost people before, and I'm like, I don't know where they went. I saw them, and then they're gone. So,
Yeah,
anyway,
I ended up screenshotting a lot of the connections last year and, uh,
that's the ticket.
saving them
Yep,
in my Notion database. Um, and,
that is the ticket,
yeah,
absolutely.
um,
Screenshot your relationship.
yeah,
Mhm.
and being being in the bunny slipper squad, I'm at home, I've got more time to do that than Kyla
Right, and I'm
Kyla
on the
will.
block. I'm on the block. You know what I did find, though? It's kinda crazy because when I went back and looked and started organizing it afterwards, the ones on my phone, especially the long lines, the ones on my phone are a lot better in terms of being able to read it when you zoom in
Oh,
on
yeah,
it
yeah,
than the computer screen. Oh. I'm like, "Ah!" So if it
yeah,
gets really long, I don't know, maybe you should split it.
yeah, well, it's I'm in Relative Finder right now looking at our connection, and
Uh-huh.
on this one, we're 10th cousins one time removed, um, and I think we're actually connected more than one way uh,
Yes.
because I the, connection that we have on WikiTree looks a little different. Um, but I kinda like the way Relative Finder shows this because they show all your ancestral pairs,
Right. Right,
but
right.
then up at the top, it says the mother-father chain, and, like, for me getting to you, it's MMM, MFFF, MMFMF, so, so it's telling you
Yeah.
where it's going, going back and forth to, to the different people, but you get both sides there. So, uh,
Mhm.
I think it that helps verifying because when you've got, uh, people with common names, like a lot of my family is, sometimes it helps to, see the spouse to know which one,
Oh, which spouse? Uh-huh.
well,
Yeah,
or which ancestral pair you're looking at. Um,
right.
so, um,
I have so let me tell you something that happened last year. When it very first came on, for about the first 2 weeks on my desktop, it was relatives at Rootstech was showing me that version, and then all of a sudden it shut off. So I don't know, maybe they're testing it. I mean, maybe that would be too much of a data load to do that for all of us, you know what I mean, during Rootstech, but it was on. It
yeah.
was doing it for just a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, this is fantastic," and then it shut off, and I was
Oh,
like, "Oh, rats, rats." Okay. So I know they're still fiddling with stuff, so maybe let's see what else. Relativefinder.org, you can tap on the relationship in the main list. Oh, no, to see all of the different ways.
oh, I
Ooh,
did not know that. Okay, let's see here, Kyla.
okay.
Oh, good good lord.
I have seen it
I
happen in the past. I've seen it where it will change. Like, I know I've looked at it once and I screenshot it, and then the next time I go in, which is to check with somebody, it's a different ancestor. So,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I said
Oh,
I thought we were, related in multiple ways.
uh-huh. How many?
Try 49.
We've got 49 common ancestors?
Yes.
Holy cow. Okay, I gotta write that down. That might be a record. I'm gonna have to keep track of this. Alright, alright, alright. Bill and 49. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. So one year,
Oh, no, I've got Barbara and
okay.
I had 53, so
Wow! Wow, that's very cool. Okay, so one year, I think it was the very first year I went to Roots Tech. So I just go around to, like, every single person and have them pull it up and see if we're, because 'cause I'm almost related to every person I talk to. I'm like, I'm just crazy that way. But, there was one, and so I started keeping track. There was one young man, and he was one of the Family Search volunteers, and, he was 4th cousins, and that was the closest I've ever found
oh,
in person that I didn't contact
yeah.
to meet on purpose. Anyway, and then but he was, 'cause he was one of the volunteers, he was running around the whole week, and he was everywhere, and every time I saw him, he goes, "Am I still the closest? Am I still the" It was so much fun. Oh, it was fun. Oh, that's
Yeah,
so cool. Thank you, Barbara. That's awesome. Very fun. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, let's see, what else do I think, was there anything else that you could think of? I, the 300 limit and the thing about oh, another thing about emails. If you click all the way through to the person's profile, I mean, what do they call it? Not their page, not their profile page, but where it pricks up a little card with their picture on it and their name.
mhm.
Some people, if you have opted into it, it will show you their email address.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah. So some people you can go ahead. So if you're making list of your relatives, like in a spreadsheet like you were talking about, when you're putting that in, I put their real name, I put their username, I put their person ID, that number that they have in Family Search, and their email if I can find it. All of the things so that I can, once it shuts off, I can actually find them again.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Yeah, that's you
yeah.
know, that's the really difficult thing that you can, you wanna be able to, get back in touch with the people once they get
Mhm,
home, uh,
mhm.
because, I mean, they may have their tree on their phone,
No, we're all walking around with our mind blown.
But yeah, and it's really it can be really painful trying to search through the little icons to find a particular person.
Who
Uh,
was that crazy cousin? Okay, so let me tell you what else I do. I put together a little bookmark that has my information on it that I give to my cousins in person,
oh,
so they have something of mine, like, I thought a business card, but it's too tiny. I wanna put my surnames and stuff on it. And so on the back, and I have a little space where I'll write, who we're how we're related
yeah.
so that they can find me again too.
Although I although I will tell you, for because I know you use Canva too.
Uh-huh,
Um, Canva will print for you.
uh-huh.
They do business cards really nice, turn around a couple of days, and cheaper than going to Staples.
Really?
Yeah,
Good to know.
yeah, and they print a lot of other things too, but,
Yeah.
they're, in fact, I've had them do some posters, for my genealogy society, that
Nice.
that
I
came back
didn't think about that.
beautiful.
Yeah. Very good. Well, yeah, that would be super easy too. Yep. It was one of the standard Canva ones too that was just it was already in four
Yeah,
bookmarks per page, and I
yeah,
just slice them apart. Yep, got my picture on it, and. So, especially, there's a couple of my lines that I don't have a whole lot of relatives from,
yeah.
and, those are really, like, yeah, two of my lines I have, like, national family organizations that we're part
Wow,
of. So there's
yeah,
millions of us. No, not millions, but I don't know how many. But yeah, so one of my things that I've always asked them, which in joking, but actually a little bit seriously, like, is there any way to turn off a line in relatives and Rootstech to create my own filter?
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you put that in as a suggestion?
I did, I did, I did. So, one of the things that I'm in a couple of, focus groups at Rootstech that they when they announce a new product, then they tell us to go out and try it, and then the next year, we all get back together and we talk about, what we thought about it or whatever, and the very last question that they always ask is, "If you had a magic wand for this product, what would you want it to do?" And I always like
Yeah.
'cause I always have great ideas for other people to do, right?
I love that question. I've gotten it on several things too. My my standard answer is, and I would pay for this product.
Mm,
I would like to find something that would populate my information in Ancestry, Family Search,
do it all.
WikiTree, all of them, where I only had to do it once
Right.
because I spend so much time
Yep.
going from site to site populating, um, and inevitably, when I'll be looking for somebody on a particular site, they'll be in the line that I haven't finished populating. Uh,
Right. There's just not enough time in the day, is there?
no, there's not. Yeah, and if
Exactly.
you're like me and you've DNA tested at 5 different places, you kind of have to fill out your information at each of them. By the way, I sent you a message yesterday about some announcements that JedMatch is making.
Oh, okay.
They're going to be demonstrating them on the exhibit floor.
Oh,
Yeah,
excellent. Okay. I heard I don't know if you oh, I went and watched that conversation that Emma
yeah,
Explorers. And, yeah, so she kinda dropped us a little hint that said that, they're gonna be trying to do some more things from the expo floor for you guys at home, for the
yeah,
online, community to be able to
yeah,
see stuff from the floor, so I'm excited about that. Maybe some live cams around or I don't know what,
yeah. I
something.
just I just hope they get better filters on the microphones this year.
Yeah, it was bad.
Background noise was so bad last year, it was really hard to understand what the speaker was saying.
Yeah, yeah. Those little mics that are
Yeah.
sound canceling are not that expensive, so
No, they're not. They're
that's
not.
all we really need. Yeah, yeah. So, came to think of it, maybe I need to grab one of those so I can do a live
Oh, yeah.
without noise in the background.
Yeah.
Um, yep.
Yeah.
So,
They make 'em that
anyway
connect Bluetooth to your phone, so
my phone, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think I probably have one, although I might need a dongle. But anyway, what else? What else do you think? You think it's I'm really hoping maybe it would be February 1st, like, that it comes on. I
yeah.
don't
I I'm thinking last year it was only about 2 weeks out. I hope that maybe they'll push that back a little bit, but, um, it
Oh, yeah. That's who it was. Thank you, Barbara. Lucy Reynoldson was the interviewee from Emma Cox, so she's got that in the chat. I don't we don't get a saved chat for the lives though, right? We'll put it in the show notes or whatever we call it.
yeah. And I
Yeah,
mainly just to get some really good guests, so
she
I
does.
always always enjoy, going back and listening to them or reading her notes on them.
Yeah. You know what happens to me? I will get completely lost in listening to someone's accent and just enjoying their accent so much that I miss what they're talking about sometimes. I'm like, "Oh, I have to go back and watch it." So, yeah, so anyway, yeah, I do. That's always fun. So, oof, anything else you can think of? I'm kinda got to the end of my list.
Oh, just I'm getting excited about Rootstech. There's just a lot of stuff there. Yeah, she does do a great job with transcripts. Um, they seem to have really expanded the breadth of what they're covering this year. Um, a
Mhm.
lot of uh, speakers for people who are researching outside the United States doesn't do me a whole lot of good. Um, other than England, but 'cause that's pretty much all I've been able to find where any of my people come from. But but I think it's a good thing for them to have the people who are experts in research in so many
Mhm.
uh, different areas.
Yeah.
Um, and of course, the quality of speakers they've got. That's can't find that anywhere else. And
It's
um,
fantastic. Yeah.
yeah,
So
I'm still
what's
jealous that some of the speakers I would like to see are going to be on site only. But
right. Right. Exactly. Okay, so start a list and,
yeah,
start a list of what your wish list that I would attend and report on if you want to and see. So, I think, there's one that, is well, of course, with our, America 250, you know, focus this
yeah,
whole year. There's one on the colonial ancestors one that I'm really
yeah.
looking forward to, and I think that's, do you have one that's standing out that you're excited
Um,
about seeing?
excuse me. I'm doing a lot of the um, professional methodology type classes this
Okay.
year. Um, uh, just not that I'm planning on trying to get certified. Um, although I may be certifiable sometimes, um, but
Right?
I am interested in how the pros go about things and um, trying to be certain that they've covered all their bases on their research. Um,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
that's in the in the standards, and they say, reasonably exhaustive search. Well, I'm not sure
How
how
do you
you
know?
yeah, yeah,
Right.
I don't understand how anyone can say that what they've done is reasonably exhaustive because and, now in the era of full text search, there are so many things
I
that
know.
are appearing now that no one knew about, uh,
Right. Absolutely.
and
Ah,
it's expanding every day. You could,
yes.
you could do your report and submit it, and by the time somebody reads it, there may be 15 more sources out there.
Mhm.
Um, which is,
Absolutely.
that's one of the things that makes genealogy exciting right now is that there is so much more, coming around, and
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
Family Search really, I think has been, right at the forefront of that. Uh,
Mhm.
Ancestry's trying to catch up, but uh, their full text search is not on a par with Family Search yet.
Mhm. Mhm. So I have a question. Did you see there's something new in the labs, in Family Search Labs? It's, I forgot what they called it. I forgot what they called it, but it's an AI generated chatbot. So it's not like the research helps that they had last year. This is a
Mhm.
new one. It's just a open, like, like a chat.
Yeah.
And it's using full text search, and I was playing around with it the other night, and I put in very general, like, uh, I forgot what my anyway, my point was I found about 12 new records for my colonial
Yeah.
ancestor that during the revolution, and these were things that full text search didn't find.
Hmm.
So somehow or the other, something else is getting smarter in the background. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
found a whole bunch
now
more new things.
I'm
So
looking at I do have that turned on, so uh, at some point, I've played
what's
with
it
it.
called?
Um, Chat with AI about your ancestors.
Is that what it is? Okay, chat.
Um,
Yeah.
there there are some other
It
interesting things that
it
they're working on
behaves
right now.
differently than the the one that's in Family Search now that's on the
Yeah,
side,
yeah,
research assistant.
mhm,
It's acting quite a bit different than that. That one, it seems like pulls a lot of information from the Family Search Wiki, and it's just like general guidelines, but this one is diving into the records and it's finding stuff that I didn't think to search for. So, kinda cool.
yeah, and there's another interesting one they're calling simple search.
That's it. That's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, is that
Simple
that's
search.
one? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Simple search.
So you
That's
can
the one
just
I'm
write a phrase in there uh,
Mhm, mhm.
and it will go into full text and look for what you're doing.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
It's very fun.
chats
Check
with
it
AI
out.
about your yeah, the the labs are, I'd recommend anybody, if you've got, an hour or so to kill, um,
Right?
go go into the labs and check them out.
Yeah,
N
yeah.
They are experimental. Not all of them are ready for prime time.
Not at all.
You're aware of that. But, every once in a while, you'll find something that'll just blow your socks off.
Uh-huh.
And,
Mhm.
um, and that's where
It's fun.
technology is really helping us. Um,
Mhm, mhm.
I some time ago wrote about my ancestor, Joshua Naylor, was a Revolutionary War veteran, um, and excuse me, he had moved down to South Carolina, and just couldn't figure out why. What would he was from Maryland. Um,
Mhm,
I mean, his wife passed. Um, and I, started looking around and found one of his cousins in a town not too far away from where he was, and actually found out his cousin had become a justice of the peace. And when he married his second wife, he did the wedding. I thought, well,
Cool.
m-
Mhm.
maybe he moved down to be near family. But then with full text search, I found uh, a land warrant where he had been given land in North Carolina as his payment for fighting in the Revolutionary War. And, it went in and, of course, it was all handwritten, but, it transcribed it for me, and the transcription was pretty good. Um, but, that answered my question, and that's always when I'm researching a branch of the family and they've moved somewhere, my question is always why?
Uh-huh.
What caused them to move from one place to another? And, I'll ask, ChatGPT that sometimes, and it'll give me a list of possible
Possible things. Uh-huh.
things. But when you're back in the eras, in the early wars, that's how they paid the soldiers,
Mhm.
and
'Cause
that
that's
is
all they
what,
had to pay him with. There was
yeah,
no
that,
money, no
that's true.
government money.
But that is how they, um, we got people to move out into the untamed areas, um,
Mhm.
and that's what grew the country.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Very good. That's something new. Like, I'm expecting maybe some announcements about that. I'm not really sure. And it like you said, it is a little bit buggy. It worked for a while and then it kinda quit
you know,
working. You know how, like, it's almost like the chat gets tired of you? Or maybe that's just me after
but
a little.
I'm sure that they're tinkering around the edges
Yeah,
on all of these, trying to come up with the best possible product. Um,
yeah.
but and so I came from the tech world. Barbara knows this well.
Right.
Um, you know, you you get out and you beta test and you find where the bugs are and you try to fix those. Then you try to break it and
Right.
um, and ideally do it before you go public with it. But in this case, the labs, we're their beta testers,
Mhm.
um, and it's kind of cool to
Very fun.
be able to go in and see how a product grows, over a few iterations.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm. And yeah, always
yeah,
testing. And then, yeah, I will be the user that breaks it because sometimes
well,
even the released product, and then I sit there and go, "Okay." One of the things that I tell I've said this several times on different people, especially if they create a website that has an interface, that has a user interface. A lot of times I just sit there and I think to myself, "Did you actually test this on any real users? Because we don't want it pretty. We want it to
you know,
work. We don't care what it looks like. Yes, make it nice and graphic, but if I can't get to what I'm looking for, that's ridiculous, you know?
well,
You gotta have more filters and things and anyway, and it
programmers, a large proportion of them um, have ADHD,
yeah,
and they like the shiny thing in the corner. So they try to put the shiny thing in the corner in whatever it is they're working on. Um,
just make it work. Just make it work. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah, very fun. I just in my mind, I have this thought of, like, of Family Search and BYU Labs and because they have a couple of pictures on there, of people doing stuff, of them working on it and stuff, and I just have this in my mind that they're just getting to do fun stuff all day and
Oh,
make
yeah.
stuff for us, and I'm like, "Yeah, I know it's hard work, but surely it's gotta be fun, right?" Let's come up with yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And, that's such a great opportunity for those students,
It is.
at BYU to work on those things that do get turned into products, on Family Search more often than not. Um,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
great resume builder.
Mhm. Mhm. Absolutely, absolutely, so very good. Well, I guess that's ab oh, I almost forgot, and I even wore this shirt so that I would try to remember. This is one of my favorite genealogy shirts that I bought at Rootstech. It's from one of the vendors. It's not a Rootstech shirt, but, but I love merch, and so I have to tell everybody there's always so much fun stuff on there, but I'm telling you right now, don't buy it online ahead of time because what happened last year is that everybody bought it online, and then when I got there wasn't any left.
Oh,
They did not buy it, they did not make enough. So, anyway, that was
or
kind of
maybe you should go online and buy it early, Kyla.
you would think. Yes, exactly. Oh, yeah, sorry, Barbara. It says, "I kinda sorta maybe have a slight genealogy obsession," and then at the bottom it says, pound sign star sorry, not sorry. I'm just a little bit obsessed with genealogy, not that much. So yeah, fun things. So, yeah. So there would that be a reveal? I don't know. There might be a T-shirt in the works, right? Yes. Sorry, not sorry. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, indeed. I have another fun one that says, "A day without genealogy is like," and then it says, "Just kidding, I have no idea."
Yeah,
Never a day. Anyway, very fun stuff. Yes, indeed. So, anyway, okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna say bye. And should I just post this just like it is? Oh no, we have to add links, right? And things that we talked about.
yeah.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Well, thanks for
Yeah.
chatting. It was fun. Now I'm gonna go work on my oh yes. So you have to have a take home. What did I say my your action item is gonna be? I forgot. We talked about it and now I have forgotten. Well, okay. Uh you can write your cousin messages, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, homework. Get started, get ready. Indeed. Write up your little cousin messages to all 4 of your lines or 8 of your lines so that you have them ready to pop into the chat. Yes, indeed. And go to Relative Finder and sign up for Project Kin. Yes, all the messages. Okay, very good. I will do that. All right. Talk to you later. Thanks.
Alright. Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.
Okay, now I have to find the end key. There it is. I see it. Yay. Bye.